In this video, I'm going to compare today's modern buildings, supposed modern buildings, versus the old world buildings created by the giant engineers. So this is a scene, what you see here. This is a scene from View to a Kill from James Bond. It's a 1985 movie. They're showing you here the supposed horse, what do they call it? The horse stables of this rich billionaire, like this evil billionaire. And look at this building, folks. Look at this building. This is an old world building right here. Truth in plain sight. Look at the giant entrances, right? The giant entrances for the giants, right? What if I told you, this is going to bother a lot of people. This is going to bother a lot of people, what I'm going to say. What if I told you these giant engineers, they were building these sites everywhere, like, you know, around our realm. After the big meltdown happened, right? They came in, started building these buildings everywhere. I'm going to show you some more examples. But they started building these buildings everywhere. Then something happened. I think something scared them off or something killed them off. I don't know. That's speculation right now. But what I'm getting at is this is all old world buildings. And guess what, folks? This was a regular building for one family. Okay? That's the shocking part. Look at all the ground and everything. Look how much space, right? This isn't a palace for a king or queens. There was no such thing as king or queens back then. They didn't build these things for king and queens. They built this for everybody. There's examples everywhere around the world. They were building this everywhere, like literally in Vietnam, Thailand, everywhere. But our governments now rip them down or neglect, right? So what I'm getting at is these buildings were not meant for kings and queens. They're meant for everyday normal people. So let's take a look at today's neighborhoods, condos, mansions. Okay, so here's you can go on Google yourself. You can take a look at on Google pictures of neighborhoods. You see homes basically side by side, maybe at max maybe 10 feet apart. Here's a good photo right there. Here's a good photo right there. It's like a prison planet, folks. There's no space to live actually. Just look at these neighborhoods right here. Just Toronto neighborhoods. You have a tiny front yard, tiny backyard. The thing is, they normalize this, folks. They normalize it. It used to be that homes were built upon a couple acres of land, and you had all the space to, do your, you can, grow your own crops, feed, have your own livestock, have your own wood. You can basically live without, government help. But now they built it so that you need government help for everything, right? You need the government electrical system. You have to go to Costco to buy your stuff, right? Et cetera, et cetera. We're all dependent on the system now, right? We can't depend on ourselves. And it's all designed that way. And look at this. Let me go to another one. So these homes, these manufactured homes are pathetic homes made out of wood and some concrete and steel beams, right? They're basically a cookie cutter. Here's a somewhat kind of mansion there. Yeah, you got the doorway, the garage. It was backyard. Some of the backyards are big. This is a nice one. This is a somewhat mansion. So let's look at the mansions. Look at the big mansions. Right? You can look it up yourself. $45 million for this. So what I'm going to show you is even these mansions are pathetic compared to what we had in the old world. These are not designs, folks. This is all manufactured in a computer system. These older mansions, these Rockefellers and Rothschilds mansions, they're from the old world. They're stolen, right? They're all stolen. Human beings cannot build what we saw in the old world. Most of these supposed, colonials, they keep saying colonials built all this stuff everywhere. Whole lot of rubbish. We don't have the technology to build like the old world. I'm going to show you in a second. See more of this. Look at this. Oh, this is an old world castle, old world building. So what I'm going to prove to you that these big giant mansions right here, these old ones from the old world, which were built by the giants, This was for a regular family, folks. It wasn't meant for wealthy people or kings and queens. Look at this man. This is a new modern day mansion. Look at this versus the old mansion. There's not even a comparison, right? Let me try to bring this up. Try to bring that up. So this is a mansion in Toronto, somewhere in Toronto, versus this is probably in Europe somewhere. So you can see the difference, right? It tells the Europeans did this. The Europeans can't build anything, folks. You can see in the cars, right? The Europeans can't even build cars correctly. This is old world from the engineers. So let me get to the point of what the engineers, the giant engineers, did versus what we did. So this is what we did. This is what they did. And yeah, let me get to that right now. If you type in Google images, type in basilica or palaces or temples, you start seeing pictures like this. Take a good look at these pictures. Look how exquisite the architecture is, right? This is mostly in Rome. I think there's other places. Here's Mexico, right? The similarities is the architecture and look at the doors, right? Pay attention to the doors. So here's one from this is, I don't know, I forget what this place is. I just picked one. So look at how exquisite this supposed Roman architecture, right? That's what they tell you, Roman architecture. This is the advanced engineers architecture, not the Roman architecture. So look how the small the people are, and look at the doorways, right? Some of these doorways have been modified, so it looks smaller than it is, right? They took away some of these places. They took away the real doors, but some of these entrances are gigantic. Look at this. Okay, so these guys, maybe I'm averaging maybe 6 feet. These people, you'd take it a guesstimate of how big this door was, right? So say 6, 12, 18, 24. These guys could have been 30 feet high, folks. 20 to 30 feet high. Like you're Shaquille O'Neal's, you're whoever your tallest athlete is a tiny, puny human being versus these giants, right? These giants were engineers. They're like I said, they're advanced technology, advanced. I don't know what kind of beings these were, but what I'm saying is after the big meltdown, after the big event, they came into this world and started, building these sites everywhere. Here's another one, Basilica of St. John, Lantern. I don't know what this is, but look at the same similarities. Look at the pillars, the architecture. Look at the size of doorways, right? Look at the tiny humans versus the doorways. And the next one is from Basilica. I forget, Basilica Nacional. Not sure, but look at the architecture. And again, look at the detail of the architecture. There's no errors, folks. You can see this side mirrors exactly this side to the T, folks, to the millimeter. Everything's the same. But what I find is hilarious is look at the human beings. They came in and changed the clock, right? The real clock with their fake clocks. Look at this. This is a joke, absolute joke. They took away the real clock. So, but look at this doorway again, right? The doorways, giant doorways. So what I was getting at is after the big meltdown, these guys came in, started building these things everywhere. I believe they were starting to recreate a whole new civilization and whole new architecture everywhere around this realm, and something stopped it. That's what I'm saying. Something stopped them in their tracks. I don't know what. Did they escape? Maybe. Something stopped them in their tracks, or something scared them off, and they escaped. As escapists, these guys could have been, not time travelers. Maybe they have abilities to, go from this realm to another realm. At this point, you're going to say, "Oh, you're laughing at me." Oh, that technology doesn't exist, right? That technology doesn't exist. Going from using portals or whatever. But if you look back at the solar eclipse, right? The solar eclipse. You think about it. This is black sun, this black hole sun, or whatever you call it. How come we're not seeing this through the day, right? How come we don't see that through the day? Most of the eclipse happens during the day, right? And you don't see the moon anywhere. So where is this black thingy, this circle coming from, right? Could be a portal device, right? We don't know what it is. We can't see it, during the daytime. Think about it. If we can't see that, what else is up there, right? What other devices are up there? So I'm just saying the same technology they're using here, you know, to come in and out of this realm, they're probably using the same technology here, right? These giants, these giant engineers. Maybe they look like humans. I don't know what they look like. So I'm just speculation right now. So yeah, that's my video today regarding our pathetic human being homes versus these, right? Just look at this stuff, folks. Look at this stuff. They were building these things everywhere. They're building these things everywhere. And I don't think these were just meant for kings and queens. I think these were meant for regular people. Yeah, and I don't know, something scared them up. Maybe the powers that be today are from another realm, and they chased them off with some sort of a weapon, right? It's all speculation right now, but I'm using real world examples here, right? I'm not making things up, you know, to make this video. I'm just speculating with these real world examples, like, you know, these buildings are real, right? Look at these buildings. You can go look for yourself. Hold on, let me look for my photos where I went to Rome. And I'll show you some pictures here. So I have 4 photos here from my trip from Rome, 2010. And so this is one of the doorways to one of the churches. I forget which church this is. I think this was in Florence, maybe. Florence. So this is me. I blanked myself out, but look inside the doorway, folks. 6, 12, 18, 20. These guys were probably 20 to 30 feet tall, right? And this bullshit here, look at this. They replaced the previous artwork with their Jesus. And look at the globe, right? You know, people don't pick it up, the globe right there, right? This is all BS, folks. If you think about it, look at this. All this, does this fit this? Does this painting fit this? I think there was something else here. Oops, let me zoom out. There was something else here that looked like something like this, but they took it out and they put their garbage stuff here. But I want to show you the intricate artwork here. Look at this. Look at this. Look how detailed this is. I wish I had my new DSLR for this, but this is my old DSLR. Look how intricate this thing is, right? You know how long this would take to do this? Even modern day technology. Look how different, everything's different here. Look at this. That's different, that's different. Look at that. Right, so let me go to the next photo. Where is it? It's the wrong one. So this is the, I forget which building this was, but let this photo, take a look at the structure and tell me if a human being did this. What was this made? 2,000 years ago? A human being did this? Right, look at this. Like I said, after the big meltdown, these giants came in and started building structures everywhere. I believe what you're seeing in Rome and Europe, they're going to build this everywhere around this realm, right? I think Europe was the starting point, and they were going to start to build it everywhere. And then something happened, right? You see these type of buildings, you know, somewhere, you know, dotted in. You see some parts in North America, right? I think I showed you that. Some parts of North America, Asia, India. They were starting to build this everywhere. Literally everywhere. And then something stopped them. I don't know what stopped them. Maybe they were killed off or something like that, right? When I first saw this, like, I didn't think about, like, if a human being did this. I was thinking, this is unbelievable. This incredible structure, right? If you ever want to go to Rome, if you ever go to Rome, take a look at the structure and tell me if a human being did this. So the next one is in the Vatican. This is one of the architecture pieces in the Vatican. Like, you know, one part's in the Vatican. And look at this, folks. Look at this. Look at the artwork. This is all marble too. All done in marble. What's really shocking is this blanket is all marble. Let me zoom in. You tell me a human being did this? See, in this, I think this photo image or whatever, architecture. This blanket is covering up a skeleton. Looks like a skeleton, something like that. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. The amount of work that was required. And like I said, I think this was done in minutes with the technology they used. Minutes. It didn't take years. It took minutes for these guys. The technology. So the last photo is, this is in the Vatican too. So the openings, like the ceilings were like, I don't know how high these ceilings were. This was, I'm just guessing. Look at this. So this is a regular man, 6 feet, 12, 18, 24, blah, blah, blah. This was maybe 30, 40 feet high, right? These supposed churches and basilicas, I think there were anchor points. There were anchor points for a new civilization that was about to come into the place. I think these were anchor points, and then they would start building outwards. And I think that they were about to build this stuff everywhere. Look at this, the architecture here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Look at that piece right there. There. Unbelievable. Incredible, isn't it? Before I end this video, I'm going to show you comparisons of the old world versus the newer world, which is still the old world. So, like I said, after the big meltdown of this, the giants came in and started building these around the realm, and like I said, something scared them off or something killed them off. But I want to show you the similarities between this and this. So, this is in Georgia, it's former Soviet Union. So you see the pillars here. See that pillar, right? These pillars. See the archways in there. So let me get a closer look. Oops, wrong way. Okay, so these upward point joints like this are similar to this, right? Let's get a closer look. Oops, again I did it wrong. Okay, so now you see the similarities. Let me zoom in. See this section here? This arched roofway and a design here. And look at this. Right? I'm telling you right now, the same people who did this did this. The same exact beings. Our realm used to look like this kind of buildings everywhere around this realm. We missed out big time, folks. We missed out on paradise, absolute paradise. It was everywhere on this realm, and something blew it up or a short circuit. God knows what it was, right? We live in an engineered, manufactured realm. Everything you're seeing us, the sky, the stars, the sun, the moon, the things that we cannot see in the sky, the land, the water, everything was engineered, folks. Everything was engineered. Nothing is an accident, like to tell us. It's a complete opposite, right? They tell us everything's billions of years old. No. These things were maybe 1,000 years old, and it blew up maybe 100 years ago, right? You got to start deprogramming from the corrupted school system, because look what you're missing, right? They're also telling you, like, we're going to go to space and such. Why aren't we in space yet, right? Think about it. Why aren't we in space? In fact, if space is so easy to get to, why don't we put a GoPro or GoPro similar camera onto the moon so we can see, Earth spinning in real time, right? We have live stream everywhere, right? Why can't we have a live stream from the moon showing us the spin of the Earth, right? So, like I said, this topic I'm doing is irking a lot of people, like people in religion, geography, science, space. It goes against everything they've taught us, right? So, yeah. The last photo I want to examine is this photo. This is somewhere in South America. And I'm going to compare the contrast of the human buildings versus the Tartarian or whatever giant buildings. So this is a world building right here. It's Take a look at this. Same type of architecture, right? Exquisite work. Giant entrances, pillars, archways, and then in the background, you see the human development. If human beings are so advanced today, why aren't our buildings like this look like this? Am I right or wrong? Look at the difference, folks. Which one would you rather live in? This or this? So the point of my video is, these giants came over the world. They started building these things, these structures everywhere for us, and we were never meant to be built like this. I think this is part of the, I don't know which culture these elites come from. They're not from our realm. They're from a different realm, and they came here to enslave us. I'm strongly believing that now. They came here to enslave us, put us into a prison planet, use their fake technology on us, right? That's another video I'm going to do. I'm going to do old technology. This is the old technology versus the fake technology, the prison planet technology, which is this. That's a different video, but still, look at the difference, folks. Look at the difference. Which one would you rather live in?